India is preparing for a major diplomatic move at the United Nations Security Council to push for a discussion on cross-border terrorism. This amid United Nations Security Council's closed-door meeting on India-Pakistan tensions. India is seeking to focus on Pakistan-sponsored outfits operating in Jammu and Kashmir. This on the back of the Pahalgam terror attack that claimed 26 lives on April 22nd. Russian President Vladimir Putin has backed Prime Minister Narendra Modi in India's fight against terrorism. With this, India has support of the 4 out of 5 permanent members of the UNSC, the US, UK, France and Russia, excluding China. These permanent members of the Council can use their veto powers. Speaking to the media, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres voiced serious concerns regarding the escalating tensions between India and Pakistan. He urged both countries to practice utmost self-control to prevent any further decline in regional stability.
I once again strongly condemn that attack and extend my condolences to the families of the victims. Targeting civilians is unacceptable, and those responsible must be brought to justice through credible lawful means. It is also essential, especially at this critical hour, to avoid a military confrontation that could easily spin out of control. Now is the time for maximum restraint and stepping back from the brink.
India's diplomatic pitch builds on its long-standing stance that terror groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed enjoy patronage from Pakistan's military intelligence establishment. The UNSC discussion, if tabled, is expected to highlight the growing frequency and sophistication of cross-border attacks, such as the Pahalgam terror attack. The brutal attack was initially claimed and later retracted by the Resistance Front, or the TRF, an LET proxy. Indian intelligence has directly linked the attack to handlers across the line of control. On the other hand, Pakistan, a non-permanent member of the UNSC, is raking up the India-Pakistan tension. However, it has not been able to find backers at the high table. The UNSC has agreed to hold a closed-door meeting with Pakistan at 8 a.m. GMT or 1:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. The meeting comes after Islamabad requested for an emergency meeting with the Council, which is being presided over by Greece for the month of May. Pakistan aims to highlight the issue under the header Threats to International Peace and Security. The Pakistani Foreign Ministry in a statement says that the country will formally apprise the United Nations Security Council of the latest developments in South Asia. It plans to raise the Indus Water Treaty being put into abeyance by the Indian side. India's former ambassador to the United Nations, Syed Akbaruddin, who was the Indian ambassador to the United Nations when the last such closed-door meeting happened in 2019, says from his experience, no significant outcome is expected from the informal closed-door consultation. Speaking to WION, he said, and I quote, "Pakistan's initiative is a public diplomacy effort aimed at shaping perceptions rather than advancing negotiations." And for more on this, we earlier spoke to Dr. Harsh Vardhan Shringla, former Foreign Secretary of India, and this is what he told us.
I think we've been very effective in reaching out to our partners, to our friends, and across the globe, actually, in diplomatic terms. We have not only seen interventions at the highest level. The Prime Minister himself has spoken to a number of leaders, including President Putin lately, but also External Affairs Minister has called all of the members, the UN Security Council, permanent and non-permanent. We have briefed envoys in Delhi. Our missions have briefed their own, foreign offices in the countries that they're accredited to. And I think we have been able to make the case that there has been a major terrorist attack perpetrated against us, and that unless this is dealt with the full force of international law and the support of the international community, these acts of terrorism will continue. There has to be a suitable deterrence, and that Pakistan has to understand that sponsoring and supporting terrorism as an instrument of their foreign policy will not work in the future.